Hey guys, what is up? This is Greg from Lexi Productions, and today I have a new video discussing a question that I get a lot. Seriously, I get this so many times I can't even count anymore. It's not bad for those who want to continue asking me, but I'm going to make this video here so you can reference it to, and I'll tell you exactly what I think what you should get. And you know, this is all opinion based, and I'm not forcing you to get the camera, but these are some few things to keep in mind when you're looking out and about on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, thrifting, or you know, buying at the store. So this is something that you guys should look into thinking about. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is what you're going to be using the camera for. Let's get that started off. Let's go down a list here. I'm going to move over to the side, see if I'm actually willing to do the graphics for it. But the first thing we're going to talk about is right here. Let's put it right there. Right there. All right, the first thing let's go ahead and talk about is what are you going to be using the camera for? That is actually a really. Now, the reason why I asked is what you're going to be using it for. Are you going to be using it for hiking? Are you going to be doing videos in a room environment like this, like how I'm doing it? Are you planning to vlog? Are you planning to go hiking? Are you planning to do mechanic work? Are you going to be outside all day long? Are you going to be doing, you know, a bunch of running around with the camera? Are you going to be doing interviews? Are you planning to do documentaries? Are you planning... There's just such a wide variety of things that you know that go down that list, or you're just doing it for family photos or just for the fun of it. So let's talk about the next thing. The next thing we're going to talk about is what is your budget. That is one of the biggest things that will go ahead and you know decide on what you can or cannot get. If you have $100, you're going to be very limited. With the $100, you can get yourself something, but it's going to be over months of scavenging for it. You can kind of get yourself a EOS M and a Sony NEX5N or an NEX5. Get the adapter, the one without movable aperture for like probably $15, and then get yourself a lens at the flea market, and you can start off with that. That's not a problem, but you'll be very limited in what you can do. Now, if you have about, let's say, $300, you have a little bit more leeway. You can get yourself maybe a used camera online. You can go ahead and then from there move away from the kit lens and then get yourself a nicer lens or an adapter and start adapting Nikon lenses to it, which I do. Oh, she's getting comfy. So, you know, you can see where I'm coming from with this, that there's so many options you have. In my best practice, if you really do need a camera in a dire situation, kind of get yourself maybe possibly a camcorder. If you really are in a dire need of a DSLR, then look into the Sony NEX5N, which I'm being recorded on right now for this video. But if you really want to start off, you know, you want to get videos going quick as possible, look for a camcorder. Not this one exactly, it's too old. But look into a camcorder, or if you want to, you know, or you know, something a little bit more nicer, but you won't have access to a screen, maybe a Sony, you know, or maybe a Canon camera here. This is the SX700HS. Now Austin Caster may be, oh, there's Mamie's. Maybe Austin Caster may be looking at this video and saying, oh, why that camera? Nah, not really. So, you know, there's a wide variety of things you can do. Now, if you have about maybe 400 or 500, you have a little bit more leeway when it comes to things. First thing, some advisory for those that are in the high price range for a budget for a camera. Do not blow it all on one camera body. Now, what do I mean by one camera body? This is a camera body. If you spend about a good $1,000 on your camera body, then I don't know what to say to you, but you'll see that your video will turn out quite badly. And I kind of just noticed that I kind of gave up on the graphics because I stopped doing the little finger thing. So if you're gonna spend $1,000 on a camera body, just remember your lens is one of the biggest things that's gonna be a contributor on how your video is gonna turn out. A kit lens and a prime lens are very different from each other. You're going to get very different results from what you use. If you get yourself an 1855 kit lens off of a Nikon, your video is going to be kind of simple. If you're getting yourself a nice prime lens at 50, an 85, a 24, or even an FX lens, your video is going to turn out really nice. So you know, if you look at this, for those that are on a higher budget, you're at higher risk to kind of getting something that's going to potentially screw you over in the long run. Do not spend all your money on the camera body. Spend half of it on the body and the other half on a microphone and your lenses, because I see this happen all the time where people spend about $1,000 on the camera body and then they'll get themselves a very crappy lens. Now, I've seen other people that do good examples where they'll get a $700 camera body and they'll probably go $1,200 and they'll spend on the nifty 50 and another prime and a zoom lens, and that will be actually quite nice for your assortment for when you're doing video or photo. So that's just something that you guys need to think about when it comes to shooting video and photo. So one more helpful tip for those guys out there is that just remember, it all starts off with the camera body and the lens. If you have a little bit more money left over, consider getting a microphone. Do not go with the onboard audio of a camera. It is completely garbage. It never really works. It sounds completely terrible unless you have something like this, or you have a vlogging camera that kind of do better in the mic area. You're gonna get really bad results, with all honesty. I've seen people shoot videos, they have these big YouTube channels, and they have these just really crap bad audio, and they spend all this money on like a 5D Mark III with an L series prime lens, which is over about $3,000 depending on what package you get together, and they use onboard audio. It stresses me out so much that they use onboard audio of those cameras, because the mics are really garbage on there. I can contest that the audio off of this camera was garbage. The audio off this camera was garbage. The audio off the camcorder was garbage. The audio off the Sony ANX5N is complete garbage. So when it comes to that, please consider looking into external audio recorders, which mine's being used right now to record this video. So that's just something to consider. Alright, so I'll probably be making more videos talking about what you should get as a camera, and I'll be making videos on specific things that you guys will be asking me about. So that's all, you guys. This is Greg from Lexi Productions, and see you on the next one.